Yet again, it was the year of SUVs. India is easily one of the most lucrative markets for SUVs globally and has been so for a few years now. This year too, India saw a bunch of SUVs and MPVs being launched, and we list out some of the best from the year that just went by. At number 5 is the all-new Porsche Cayenne. The company launched the third generation Cayenne in India just a few months ago with 3 models, which are the Cayenne E-Hybrid and the Turbo. The 2018 Cayenne gets a host of upgrades over its predecessor, including a revised chassis and a separated link design for the front axle and multi-link rear axle. Visually too, the Cayenne has evolved and gets a sharper look while retaining its typical butch appearance. Each model in the Cayenne range gets a different engine. There is a single turbo 3-litre V6 on the standard model, while the Cayenne Turbo gets a 4-litre twin turbo V8, while the E-Hybrid model gets the same 3-litre V6 on the standard variant. Honda Cars India too was back in the thick of the SUV segment with the 5th generation of the CR-V. The biggest draw in the new CR-V was the introduction of a third row of seats and a diesel engine. The design is more muscular than before, and there is oodles of chrome used, which might sit well with the target audience. The materials used inside the cabin are premium, and the CR-V is slightly bigger too. It gets a 1.6-litre diesel engine, which makes about 118 brake horsepower and 300 Nm of peak torque, and it's paired to a new 9-speed automatic transmission. Topping it all off is the fact that the new Honda CR-V scored a 5-star rating in the ASEAN NCAP crash tests. Mahindra is back at doing what it does best, which is making big, burly SUVs. And the newest model from Mahindra is also its flagship. It is the all-new ALTURAS G4. It is basically the 4th generation model of the SsangYong Rexton and has finally been launched in India. In typical Mahindra fashion, the ALTURAS G4 has a butch design and looks and feels premium from all angles. The fit and finish inside the cabin is perhaps the best of any Mahindra vehicle so far. The SUV gets a 2.2-litre diesel engine which makes 178 brake horsepower, and there's 420 Nm of torque on offer. The engine is paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission, and there is optional 4x4 as well. The new generation BMW X3 was launched in India this year too, in the premium compact SUV space. Getting a major rejig on the design and features, the X3 is now better in all facets, with a new design, better features, and even higher desirability quotient. The engine is the same 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel unit, but now pumps out 188 brake horsepower and peak torque of 400 Nm. The SUV accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 8 seconds. One of the most important SUV launches this year was that of the Volvo XC40. It is the smallest SUV from Volvo ever, and it gets an edgy and upright design, making it an absolute looker. In fact, we believe it's the best looking car in its segment right now. The car sits on Volvo's new compact modular architecture, which is a new platform with a space-efficient rear suspension. The XC40 offers a supple ride quality, good handling, and reasonably good power at hand too. It gets a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that makes 187 brake horsepower and 400 Nm of peak torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is more than sufficient whether you are driving in the city or on the highway. Definitely one of the best buys that you can have in this segment. Apart from the top 5 SUVs that we listed out, there are a couple of MPVs or people movers too, which caught our fancy. Take a look. Starting off with the most affordable launch in the SUV and MPV space, it was the new generation Ertiga from Maruti, which really impressed us. In its second generation now, the new Ertiga is built on the same platform as the Swift and the Baleno. The design language is sharper and more upright, and the new model is larger in terms of length, width and height. The cabin space is much better when compared to the previous model, and the new car also gets a brand new 1.5-litre petrol engine which makes 103 brake horsepower and 138 Nm of peak torque. The diesel engine remains the same as before. Mahindra has had a good year in 2018, even if it started off a little late. One of the new models from the company was the Marazzo, the new multi-purpose vehicle, and boy is it impressive. The Marazzo gets sharp styling inspired by a shark, loads of features and a good drive performance too. It is a perfect fit for someone who is looking for more than an Ertiga and less than an Innova. The Marazzo gets a 1.5-litre diesel engine which makes 120 brake horsepower and 300 Nm of peak torque, and there's a 6-speed manual gearbox on offer. Performance is good, and what really impressed us is the ride quality of the car. Over and above that, it also received a 4-star rating from Global NCAP, which makes it one of the safest MPVs in the country. It is a great value for money package and a good choice if you are looking for a people mover.